I, female 30, have been with my husband Ted, male 34, for 4 years, and we got married 2 years ago. His family and I really haven't gotten along too well. They're rich and are all about image. I only see them on occasions, but that's when the drama is at its highest rate. Last Christmas, Ted and I traveled to spend Christmas with them, and it was awkward for some reason. After we went back to the hotel, his mom sent me a list of all the things I've done wrong at her house, like bringing wrong types of desserts and wearing inappropriate clothes. I wore a blouse and leather jacket, and not standing up when guests arrived. This year, mother-in-law only sent an invitation to Ted to spend Christmas with family. He told me his mom didn't invite me because of my last year's negative points and would rather have just him there this year. I was flabbergasted. I asked if he was actually considering going after his mom excluded me. He shrugged and said yes, because he never spent Christmas away from his family his entire life and isn't about to break the cycle now. He suggested I go out, invite Regina, my best friend, over, or just plan my own celebration, and said, but nothing too crazy, capiche? I was upset, but hey, if they don't want me, then I shouldn't force it, and tried to not feel hurt and offended. Yesterday, Ted came home asking if his bags were ready since it was time to go. I said, I don't know, and he was stunned. He freaked out, saying I knew he was going to travel to his hometown and I should have packed his bags like I always do. I admit that packing his bags is what I do, but only when we're traveling together. And I figured since he was traveling on his own, then he should pack them himself. He lost it, saying I just caused him to be late and ruined all the flight, hotel, other reservations, arrangements he had just because I was being bitter because I wasn't invited to Christmas celebration with his family. We had a heated argument and he said, look, you're really overreacting right now because it's not like I'm going away on a vacation to another country to spend time with some strippers and whatnot, though I'm pretty certain you wouldn't be half as pissed and agitated as you are now. I'm just going to spend time with my family and quite frankly, I don't know what it is with you anymore. Then proceeded to call me petty and say I got him in trouble and punished him by not packing his bags for him, knowing he was going to travel. He packed his bags in a rush and ended up forgetting most of the gifts he got for his family. He's now not speaking to me. Am I the a-hole? Edited to add. I found out that it's not just my mother-in-law, but father-in-law and Ted's brothers figured it would be best that I don't attend their Christmas and instead go to my own family, claiming they were giving me the options to decide, and also they claimed they don't want to force me to be with them since we have some tension between us. Edited to add too. Ted said that this is all temporary until his family and I get used to and adapt with each other. Not the a-hole. Change the locks while he is at his parents', and hire a divorce lawyer is what I would do if my wife did what your husband did. Maybe she can send him divorce papers along with his own list of negative points. Grown man unable to pack his own bags. Refusal to defend wife from overbearing family. Actually agrees to ridiculous invitation to spend holidays apart. Not the a-hole. So let me get this straight. He is a grown-up man who threw a tantrum because he had to do something himself. He is so in the wrong. Not the a-hole. And why are you with this guy again? He wants to spend Christmas with his family, but you're his family now. He doesn't defend you when your mother makes ridiculous demands, and he should have. And he expects you to pack his bags like a good little housewife, maid. It doesn't sound like he respects you, or you are even a priority to him. My daughter was married to her high school sweetheart, Jason. He is a kind, sweet boy, and we thought they were perfect for each other, until she decided to cheat. They are now divorced and she is dating the girl who wrecked their marriage. I don't have a problem with my daughter dating a woman, but I do have a problem with my daughter cheating on her husband and dating a woman who is willing to be with a married woman. It is a despicable behavior. She justifies it by saying that he was controlling, and my elder daughter took her side by telling me that Jason had shown up drunk after finding out that my younger daughter cheated on him. She told him that he wanted to speak to my younger daughter, but my older daughter's husband, Dave, didn't let him into their house. I don't find this to be credible enough evidence. I am close to Jason, and I still stay in touch with him. He told me that he couldn't go home for Christmas this year, and he was going to be alone. I could see that he was sad and miserable. I invited him to our Christmas dinner. Both of my daughters are upset with me. The older one thinks that I shouldn't take his side in the divorce, while the younger one decided she didn't want to spend Christmas with us, and my elder daughter also canceled. I think I am doing the right thing, and my wife agrees with me, but I can't shake the feeling that I am making a mistake, and I don't want to spend Christmas without either of my daughters. Yes, the a-hole. Unless your goal was to never see your children again, in which case congrats. There is no way that you could have expected your daughter to want to spend Christmas with her ex. So you knew exactly what you were doing when you invited him. Yes, the a-hole. Your daughter has told you her husband was controlling and made her miserable. You have ignored that information. Now you're welcoming him over for Christmas and don't understand why they're upset. What a piece of work you are. Yes, the a-hole. How could you choose an ex-husband over your daughter? That's so sad. It has been a really hard year for my husband and I, and thousands of others in the world, I know. In April, I delivered our third baby 3 months early, and she didn't make it. This is the second baby girl we've lost. We have a 6-year-old son who has special needs. My sister says things like, "I think if a baby doesn't live, it means they weren't meant to live, and that's how things are." She really hurt me when she said that. My husband and I had the baby cremated and bought a plot at the cemetery for her and a headstone. We hadn't planned on the extra expense, but of course we did it anyway for our girl. My sister is always fake complaining, like humble bragging to me. She has 3 really great and smart kids. They are all really bright. She is constantly saying things like, "I'm so tired out from trying to challenge my kids. They are so smart, and sometimes I can barely keep up with them. Oh, but I'm sure you've never experienced that with your son." So, since we were short on money for Christmas, my husband and I decided to spend what we had on a couple presents for our son and some stocking stuffers. On Christmas morning, my husband hands me a box and says Santa had brought me something. I was really surprised. It was a necklace with 2 angels who had the birthstones of our daughters. He said he had just worked some extra hours in the shop. He's an auto mechanic, but he wanted to make sure I had something. Anyway, we did a Zoom call with our family on Christmas, and my sister noticed my necklace. Before I could explain the significance of the birthstones, she laughed and asked which thrift store he had gotten it at. My husband looked like he wanted to cry. I told my sister what the significance of the gift was, and she looked horrified. I admit I lost it at her, and now my mother says I need to apologize to my sister and everyone else who was on the call. What do I do here? Don't even think about apologizing to anyone on that call. Your sister is an insensitive witch who has been talking down to you for years and then made a deeply hurtful remark for no reason other than to try to be superior to you. Screw her. Even if the gift hadn't had significance, that was a disgustingly rude thing to say about it. But given the actual meaning, it was beyond horrible. She should be ashamed of herself, and she should be the one apologizing, not you. Seriously, you have been through so much, and your husband has been by your side and working hard to try to do something nice for you. Focus on him and on your beautiful son, and let the rest of your family stew in their own miserable pettiness. You and your little family will be fine without their attitude and condescension. It was just bad timing. My brother, male 33, and his fiancée, female 29, set the date to their wedding this spring. They told us about it about a month ago. They found a venue and didn't want to wait till 2023 as they planned. At the same time, I, 34 female, found out that I have diabetes type 2, and the doctor told me that I needed to change my lifestyle and shed at least 30 kilograms, around 60 pounds. I kept that a secret because my mother is a hypochondriac and would freak out if she knew I had this disease. Living with her dying since she was 30, I also developed a resentment towards everyone who complained about health issues, and I don't want to start doing it now. I simply can't deal with her right now, and beside my dad and husband, nobody knows about it. It has already started showing that I'm losing weight, 6 kilograms down, and my sister-in-law is now very worried that I'm doing this for the wedding. I have always been a bit overweight and a big yo-yo dieter. It's been embarrassing always going on a diet and everyone cheering me to then fall back in my old habits and gain everything back and some more. This time, I shut up about it. I'm doing it for totally different reasons. She seems to suspect that I'm keeping it a secret because of malice. The first act she took against me was to exclude me from the wedding party. Yesterday, I met her at the gym, and she said, "You know that it's my wedding, don't you?" very angrily. I don't know what to do. I don't trust my secret with her and my brother, yet I'm feeling like I'm ruining her experience. I just don't feel ready to talk about my illness. Edit. The bride is not overweight. She's very fit. No one in both our or her family are overweight. I am the only foodie. She's an immature idiot. Focus on your weight loss and your health. It honestly sounds like she would be a bridezilla if you were in the wedding party. Just tell her not everything is about her, and you're doing it for personal reasons. I mean, why is your sister-in-law so threatened by your weight loss? Sounds to me she's insecure and self-centered. And coming up to you at the gym? Update. I decided to tell my family that it was the doctor's orders to lose weight because I'm pre-diabetic and have been feeling pain in my back and knees, and I'm simply too young for this crap. I didn't make it about the wedding. I talked in general. I made sure, however, that sister-in-law was listening. She didn't say anything. My sister encouraged me and complimented me on my weight loss so far. It was no problem at all asking them not to worry Mom, because they both don't want to deal with her lunacy. Today, I got a very weird text from soon-to-be sister-in-law asking what I was planning to wear for the wedding. I told her I didn't know. I haven't thought about it. She then asked me if I could send her pics on the outfit and shoes when I have decided, for approval. Are you sending this to all the guests? She didn't answer. I called her to ask what the duck. She said she was worried I would choose something very revealing and inappropriate because I used to dress provocatively when I was skinny. I told her that I don't lack common sense and that she should trust my judgment. If not, they can kick me out of the party if I came in a provocative outfit. So you won't tell me what you're gonna wear? No. Later, my brother sent me a text telling me if I don't show sister-in-law what I'm going to wear, I shouldn't bother to come to the wedding. Fine. My husband is just laughing at my indignation right now. The whole thing is embarrassingly childish, but I don't feel like I need to be treated like the attention freak that I know I'm not. I'm just a guest. If I was in the bridal party like it was originally planned, I know it's important for her, but I have never heard of a bride demanding guests to get their outfits approved before attending. Ugh. My fiancé has been wanting a rocking chair for ages. It's the only thing he's made clear to me that he wanted. In fact, he told me that his dream home would have a rocking chair. A few weeks ago, when shopping for new furniture with my soon-to-be mother-in-law at IKEA, I pointed out the exact chair my fiancé told me he wanted. I told her that I've been saving up a little so I could get it next year for his birthday too. For context, I'm still studying and only working part-time, so I'm not earning as much as I could be right now. When she heard that he really wanted this chair, she just ignored the fact that I told her that I was getting the chair for him already, albeit a little more down the road. She just added that chair into the order sheet and said that the chair would be her Christmas present for him. I know it's something that seems small, but I knew that chair would have meant a lot to him, because we're getting married next year too. I wanted to get him something to signify that we're at home with each other. Instead, something that was supposed to be a really meaningful gift for him and I was just snatched away like that. I told my fiancé about it, and I'm lucky he's on my side. But because of how mean and toxic the soon-to-be mother-in-law is, it's not like we're able to tell her how we feel she intruded on something special between us. I know it's a small thing in the long run, and we'll find more meaningful things to get for each other. But after months of my soon-to-be mother-in-law barging into everything about my partner and I's relationship, this Christmas gift thing feels like the straw that broke the camel's back. You can tell mother-in-law all about the big-ticket items you are saving for. Like future dear husband wants a special type of computer, or a 60-inch TV, or tickets to a sporting event, an Apple Watch. But alas, it will take a while. This way, you can tell her that your dear future husband wants all the things that you actually want, and Big Mama will buy it for her baby boy. Win-win. Okay, OP, I would like to offer a gentle reframe on this situation for you. I think, and this is me as an internet stranger, reading a single post, offering this thought process to you. Please know that you can take it or leave it. I will not be offended. Your mother-in-law has just handed you one of the greatest gifts she could ever give you. Hear me out. Let me explain. You told your mother-in-law something deeply personal and meaningful about the relationship you have with her child. Instead of respecting the fact that the two of you are adults, that you are looking to get married soon, and that you are going to be building your lives together, separate from her, she decided to step in and throw money around. This shows you exactly who she is and what she does with any information that you may provide her in the future, which means she no longer gets information before everybody else. For me, this would mean that she is not told about babies, moving, new houses, new jobs, or anything else that you and your fiancé find important, until both of you have told everyone else you want to know first. It also means that anything the two of you want to purchase, because this is a big deal for me. There are some things in life that I want to purchase for myself or my husband. That's a big deal. There have been things in my life that I want to purchase for my child that I don't want anybody else purchasing first. We had this happen with my in-laws. They purchased what I would consider a milestone gift for my child without any input from my husband or I. I had a panic attack because I had a realization that they did not care about myself, my husband, our child, safety, or anything else. It was about them and how they looked. It was about them and wanting to be the center of attention. So please take the gift that your mother-in-law has handed you and run with it.